Hey folks, Crazy Climber here again. And we're going to look at another Flashback episode. This is number 15. We're going to look at Pong Doubles by Atari in 1973. So, let's flash back to the year 1973. And we'll start with firing up the Crazy Climber 80 DeLorean and going to look at news events. George Steinbrenner buys the Yankees from CBS. Richard Nixon announces a suspension of offensive action in North Vietnam. Ferdinand Marcos becomes president of the Philippines. Nixon is sworn in for a second term. Royal Jordanian Boeing 707 crashes in Nigeria, 176 die. U.S. involvement in the Vietnam War ends with the signing of the Paris Peace Accords. Libyan Arab Airlines Flight 114 is shot down by Israeli aircraft over the Sinai Desert. 108 die. Music debuts: the albums Dark Side of the Moon and Aerosmith's debut. Marshall Tucker Band debut. Pointer Sisters debut. Queen debut. And Greg Allman's solo album debut in 1973. Watergate scandal. Watergate burglar James W. McCord Jr. names former Attorney General John Mitchell as boss of the cover-up. 3 leaders of the Palestinian resistance movement are assassinated in Beirut. Federal Express debuts. Nixon announces counsel John Dean is fired and Attorney General Richard Kleindienst, H.R. Haldeman, and John Erickman resigned. Sears Tower is completed. It's now called Willis Tower. I've been there. Secretariat sets new Kentucky Derby record at 159 2/5 of a second. Really good year for Secretariat. Led Zeppelin breaks concert attendance record with 56,800 at Tampa Stadium. The American Indian movement take the city of Wounded Knee, South Dakota, and surrenders 71 days later. A fire in Kingman, Arizona causes a propane explosion that kills 11 firefighters. Varig Flight 820 crashes in France, 123 are killed. Former White House aide Alexander Butterfield testifies that Nixon recorded incriminating conversations. Delta Airlines Flight 723 hits a seawall near Boston's Logan Airport. 89 die. A flash fire kills 51 at Summerland Amusement Park at the Isle of Man. The U.S. ceases bombing Cambodia. Chile's government is overthrown in a military coup. Henry Kissinger begins his term as U.S. Secretary of State. Egyptian and Syrian forces attack Israeli forces at Sinai Peninsula and Golan Heights on Yom Kippur. Spiro T. Agnew resigns as vice president and pleads no contest to income tax evasion. Bangkok's Thammasat students protest against the military government. 77 are killed. Typhoon Ruth hits the Philippines, causing millions in damage and killing 27. The Alaska Pipeline is given the green light. Nixon says, "I am not a crook," in Orlando, Florida. 104 are killed at a department store fire in Kumamoto, Kyushu, Japan. O.J. Simpson is the first running back to rush for 2,000 yards. Gerald Ford is sworn in as vice president. And now we're going to look at some celebrity deaths of 1973. Irene Ryan. Bruce Lee, the legend, he died of a cerebral edema shortly after completing work on Enter the Dragon. Coleman Francis, Edward G. Robinson, Wally Cox, Hollywood Squares and Underdog fame, John Ford, Katina Paxinu, Noel Coward, Betty Grable, Veronica Lake, Lon Chaney Jr., Bobby Darin, Jim Croce, Plane Crash, Lyndon B. Johnson, Pablo Picasso, and Roger Williamson. And now TV shows of 1973. The shorts of Schoolhouse Rock, Barnaby Jones, Police Story, Young and the Restless, $10,000 Pyramid, Match Game 73, The New Treasure Hunt, Star Trek Animated Series, Super Friends, The Tomorrow Show, $6 Million Man, Kojak, Braves TBS Baseball, Don Kirshner's Rock Concert, Goober and the Ghost Chasers, Midnight Special, NBA on CBS, Sigmund and the Sea Monsters, Time for Timer, shorts, Villa Alegre, Wild Wild World of Animals, Yogi's Gang, great cartoon, Are You Being Served, British show, Last of the Summer Wine, British show, A Charlie Brown Thanksgiving, and Speed Buggy. Now we're going to look at movies. Movies of 1973. Enter the Dragon, The Sting, The Exorcist, love that movie, American Graffiti, Papillon, The Way We Were, Live and Let Die, James Bond, Robin Hood, Paper Moon, Magnum Force, Dirty Harry, Charlotte's Web, Sisters, Soylent Green, Battle for the Planet of the Apes, Legend of Hell House, Don't Look Now, The Paper Chase, Westworld, The Wicker Man. Good movie though. Fantastic Planet, Black Caesar, Walking Tall, White Lightning, Vault of Horror, Theater of Blood, Sleeper, Woody Allen, Serpico, Save the Tiger, Mean Streets, Long Goodbye, Last Detail, Jesus Christ Superstar, High Plains Drifter, Good Western, Dillinger, The Porn, The Devil in Miss Jones, Coffee, Cleopatra Jones, and Amarcord. And now we're going to look at number one songs of 1973. You're So Vain, Superstition, Crocodile Rock, Kill Me Softly with his song, Love Train, The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia, Tie a Yellow Ribbon Round the Old Oak Tree, You Are the Sunshine of My Life, Frankenstein, great instrumental, My Love, Give Me Love, Give Me Peace on Earth, Will It Go Round in Circles, I like that song, Bad Bad Leroy Brown, The Morning After, Touch Me in the Morning, Brother Louie, Let's Get It On, Delta Dawn, We're an American Band, Half Breed, Angie, Midnight Train to Georgia, Keep On Truckin', Photograph, Top of the World, Most Beautiful Girl, Time in a Bottle, and other big hits. Drift Away, Diamond Girl, Little Willie, Right Place, Wrong Time, Loves Me Like a Rock, Stuck in the Middle with You, Shambhala, Dancing in the Moonlight, I like that song, Long Train Runnin', Rocky Mountain High, Daniel, Smoke on the Water, Feeling Stronger Every Day, I like that one too. Reelin' the Years, good song. Hocus Pocus, good instrumental. Ramblin' Man, and Kodachrome. And now we are going to look at sports of 1973. The Miami Dolphins, they have a perfect season, and they cap it off with a 14-7 victory over the Washington Redskins in Super Bowl VII. Next up, the NBA Finals. There's Phil Jackson. They beat the Lakers 4-1. New York Knicks. World Series, Oakland wins their second straight championship. They beat the Mets 4-3. Stanley Cup. Montreal defeats Chicago 4-2. The designated hitter rule begins. NCAA basketball. Bill Walton and UCLA Bruins beat Memphis State 87-66. They were red hot and rolling in the 70s. Also, NCAA football. USC beats Ohio State 42-17 in the Rose Bowl for the national championship. Boxing. Foreman beats Frazier, second round KO for the heavyweight championship. Golf. Masters. Tommy Aaron is the champ. U.S. Open. Johnny Miller, champ. British Open champ is Tom Weiskopf. PGA champ is Jack Nicklaus. Tennis. Battle of the Sexes Part 2. 55-year-old Bobby Riggs loses to 29-year-old Billie Jean King in the Houston Astrodome. Big win for women in sports. Now let's look at Pong Doubles by Atari in 1973. And this is, of course, the follow-up to Pong, which was super popular in 1972. Now this version gives you the opportunity to have up to 4 people play at once. And there are four spinners on the control panel. I played both single, in which you just put in 1 quarter, and both 2 players can play at once. And I also played as a 4-player simultaneous play and tried to control all the spinners at once, and I was not able to do too well, so I was terrible at this game. Sorry. But we'll start with the doubles, or just the singles, excuse me. We'll get started with that. Yeah, I was not able to move too well. And for some reason, I went all the way down with my paddle, and it wouldn't count. Now, yeah, I had trouble using the controls. They were not strong enough. I just couldn't do it. Sorry. So I played like crap, absolute crap. Yeah, I can't go down all the way for some frickin' reason. That's lame-o. But as in the original Pong, the first to reach 11 wins, and the game ends. And also, as in the original Pong, you can have, if you have both paddles, yours and the other players, at the same exact plane, oh my god, at the same exact plane, you can just bat the ball back and forth to each other, and you can go take a break. The ball will never move from that same path, and you'll just bat it back and forth to each other. There, I changed the angle slightly so it did move. God damn it. Yeah, I'm really sorry I could not play well. I wanted to control both paddles, and I should have changed the setting in like analog controls or something in options, but I had spent enough time trying to put together this video, and I was getting sick of messing with it, quite frankly. But yeah, we'll play the actual doubles setting in just a moment. I was originally trying to do a video for the year 2004, but I couldn't get any game to work through MAME from 2004, so I decided to go with 1973. But we'll start with doubles. Shit. God damn it. Yeah, it seems like I cannot move my paddle all the way to the bottom of the screen in this one. But yeah, I was trying to control all four paddles. And yeah, you can get the inside paddles to get in the way of the ball, and they can deflect it. Or if they're in a certain position where they won't change the angle of the ball, it'll just keep going straight through them. But yeah, this was a big popular hit. Probably the biggest hit of 1973. Not that it had much competition in terms of arcade video games. But I am surprised I was able to play this through MAME. MAME is starting to be able to play or emulate discrete logic games like the old black and white games of the 70s. And I'm hoping that Tank is on its way soon. I thought I touched that with my paddle. Somehow it went through me. That was kind of messed up, but yeah, I want to do Tank for my 20 from the 1970s series. That would be the next game, and as soon as it is playable in MAME, I will resume with the 20 from the 1970s series. That was one I really, really wanted to do for a long time, and I started doing it, and then there were some games that weren't working yet, and I was like, damn it. Yeah, you can just bat this back and forth forever as long as you don't move. And that is 11 points, so that's that game. Well, that was Pong Doubles by Atari in 1973. Up to a 4-player simultaneous play game. But you can't play against a computer, which is kind of lame. But that was Pong Doubles by Atari in 1973. And I hope you enjoyed my flashback to the year 1973. This was episode number 15. Was this Crazy Clemmer Racing? Thanks for watching my flashback episode number 15. I will work on number 16 very soon. Hope you all have a great weekend, and I'll catch you later. Take it easy, everybody. Bye-bye.